makeup in a week. I wear lots of makeup. But one thing I've never been comfortable with is skiddy frontally, guys. I've got a wig that I bought and I only wore it for a week and I was like, yo, I know guys. And I never to buy on.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So authenticity, because you need to know what works for you. You can't sleep next to your pillow because you are stressed by yo mapatsaka utlile I bonsise di ancestors sa yona wiki yani. So Lena Hosani, Gelo Fonela, who is the best wig supplier in Bloem? I'm like, only for me, the next thing my age is so you need to know what works for you. I'm just using that as a simple example, just to show how important it is to be true to you.
Yeah.
We attended a music summit over the weekend, so I can see very few people that were there. And someone asked, we were actually being addressed by an internationally based Botshabelo artist, Andy Legado, or known as Bon Sharp. And one of the attendees also, does that mean now you are there and you are now serving this international market? Can I take my deep house internationally? And I'm like, but why would you wanna instantly switch what you're currently doing because someone does something differently and it fits there? So we need to be wary of such things. Whatever you meet that is going to inspire you to get to where you are, it doesn't mean that change what you already are doing. Because another nice thing about authenticity is that you don't have to act. You don't have to keep up and act. If it works for you, those who feel that you serve their purpose, they will come to you. Key factors I'm gonna leave about social media if you wanna make it, use it to from commercializing, from monetizing, or from working at putting your brand to the next level. Put clean stuff on. Put clean stuff on. Algorithms are very important. I remember on TikTok, I accidentally, watched a video of people who were cursing. And then the next thing, my daughter went on, because my daughter has access to my phone. I'm raising an 8-year-old, whom if you just click your tongue, she'll be like, Mommy, you've been rude. So she sees this and she comes to me, she's like, but Mommy, why are you watching people who sway? I said, well, it was, but you know such things. So again, watch what you post yourself, because the way that social media is brought, anything that you would have Googled, you will get fed suggestions from that due to algorithms, due to the fact that you send out digitally that this is the type of person that I am. And this is the type of content that I look at, that I am about, or whatever. Align your affiliations as far as possible. And your social media must be an extension of who you are personally. We always joke that we don't look as me, is that I look exactly what I am on my social media. So that's very important and very powerful. If there's anything simple that you take out of the whole thesis I just gave, be authentic.
Love it. Goodies.
Sure. Okay. One thing I picked up about social media is that it would either make you or break you.
Yeah.
You know, we saw a lot of stars come from social media, and they are big today. Look at that guy who's making millions for just who it's a big giant. He's making millions. So now my social media, I'm a clown. I joke a lot. I post a lot of funny videos. There's one that I'm consistent with, which is Ya Friday, where I welcome people to the weekend. That one I post every Friday. So it even got a brand that asked me to post their stuff after posting that video. That's advertising. So my social media is jokes, lifestyle, and promoting people's businesses. I mean, if my friend is selling the gugu, sharing the gugu zahai on my page makes a difference. I'm surrounded by a lot of friends that own businesses. Some do sound, some sell houses. It goes a long way, you know. The other thing is that a lot of people find themselves being swallowed by social media. o DJ, kona re qalang lo tseba bekeng ena, so tso batla ho apara Louis Vuitton like bo Kabza the Small. It took them, like Mapaseka said, some ba bitswa ke luck. Just luck nje. Bona Uncle Waffles. Mtho no na le DJ sa pitcha ngiging ka o tla adlala atrenda. Where is she now? She's gone. So social media ina le di advantage ina le di disadvantage. Where I'd classify the disadvantage I think as the danger I think, because now like a person like me, I should always be cautious of what I share, because it might clash with the 9-to-5 job I'm doing. Companies they do background check. They even go as far as your Facebook or Twitter. So if we could have the awareness run, so just to warn the youth about the dangers and advantages of social media, if you already the bully di stop social media. We meet bullies every day. Bullies are everywhere. Whether omoruti or totola di bully.
Booty everywhere.
Whether you're an actor, batlo bully, a DJ, artist, you know. Like I feel yena ke tlo hatella mogolo aka ya hore letse the drive it to encourage the youth and make them aware of the dangers and advantages of social media, because bolo ba bona they are about debates and social media has made lento tse kotsi accessible for mang le mang. You can just search how to, for example, how to make your own gun. It lo bontsha go ka etsa sethunya le ka ntho tse o sa dinana ntse ka tlu, you know. But coming to creative sector, like I'm a DJ, I post a lot of clothes. I post myself. I post di joke, you know, and batho ba bua. E tla be le go bone le go du postile video ya mamang, abua ka mamang like amogwara. Then they go, there's traction on my page. If brands approach me, ke ba bontsha how many people visit my page on a regular. They get impressed to say, okay, di mana post and twaronetlo bona ke batho ba as far as India or wherever the case may be. For example, and now most of the endorsements is ke social media. Every time I was at gigs, niktamal photograph, I invested in a photographer while I'm playing. So there's a picture that he took of me, Babile Baketia, Budweiser, and on the other side, Nebabile ya Red Bull. Now the two brands liked that picture so much that they approached me to be the ambassador. They put on deals on the table to say, this is what we're offering you, Libanana, this is what we're offering you. And then I went for Budweiser because the money was a lot there. There was money, there was trips to Sun City, like wherever. Just that COVID because they were taking me to Mauritius and Miami. But I feel like that will happen in God's timing. Mudimuna receiver from something at that time. So years later, SABC Leone distributing Red Bull, got endorsement ya Red Bull because my contract with Budweiser expired. Took on Delia Red Bull. That also expired. This year, I was approached by Lokshin Culture because they saw my sense of fashion. Then they liked it. They called me in, signed the contract. We made money. From the first week, there's a jacket I posted. It's a baseball jacket. So I posted it. Within a week, they sold 150 jackets.
Wow.
Just from my picture and a video that I did. So that's money, all because of social media.
Influence.
Like a lot of people were like, we are in this for Ligudi. And it's people from Botinese and Virginia, you know. They were like, because of Ligudi. You know, and by Boni social media, this guy is pushing Lokshin like nobody's business. And by the way, Lokshin is now owned by Motwa Bloemfontein, Ole Lidim, House of Ole, Kia High. So he's empowering kids from the Free State, you know. Le and all that show. Yeah, he did say, like, with the influence I had in selling those jackets, Olababu, he needs to cancel other ambassadors. o feel hore a late bana ba hae, because that's where it's bought the most, you know. So with social media, just be careful of what you post. Some people are just powerful beyond measure, you know. Ogwara Mapaseka, Hosani Mapaseka is announced as the ambassador of what, and it's something that you've been chasing. Obviously, nka se bue hantle e le hore pelo ya ka ha e so be hantle ka ntho nkentseng social media. So with that said, so let's just use social media in a good way, promote ourselves, share jokes, and that's about it. Thank you.
I wanted to say one last thing, ne? For those who have like businesses, if you have a business and you have ska poster wena,
Yes.
go page in your business.
Yes.
Let's say you're selling cakes. Re batla bona dikuku, ho che kuku mo social media. O ska nna nne ngwana kwena wo postile wena le ngwana, because when I want cakes, ke batla ntse ke scroll like ke bona di cake so that I can choose the cake that I want. So sometimes as entrepreneurs, hey o rekisa diaparo kapa you want to mix and match yourself in the business page. So have a business page. Ye leng hore ke rekisa dikuku, and then when you can have your own personal page ko le site mo you can post anything you want, because as a client or a customer you get turned off how bona motho mo in the mix of dikuku.
Need to comment.
Le di-comment. O dumedisa rakgadi or eng, or bona. So I think it's very important that. And also I like what Lugudi is saying. The last thing, how I got to open my shop, I used to post for other people on social media who to the business sabon.
Yeah.
Oh, but see, I'm selling jackets.
Yes.
Ke kopa mpostele. I don't mind. You are black. We all black. I want my business to prosper. Then I'm asking people to post for me. So it's a chain where when you ask someone to help you, okay, hi let's smart to tell you the honest truth. Hi let's smart tag jacket by Ligudi. And then the business grows. But on top of that, I'm not gonna lie and say I dreamt, I had a passion for dikai. I said dikai mara then every time and that lady I was posting for, she was honest. She's like, every time you post for me, there's something about whatever you wear, people wanna wear. That's right. 4:10. Bula shop okay, then now you rekisa diaparo. So I wanna like sometimes pay attention go modimo o go isa kae. Because sometimes you can start here ka your passion. Kanti tšhelete ya hao e mane sefateng sane mo e leng hore no sa tsebe hore that's where your wealth or your money is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we're going to open the floor. I already have my first question. There's my second question. Obdi Dumeling, right? And I'm limiting it to 5, but it does not mean we can't have post engagements. This is obviously because of the camera overheater. It's also a technical thing, guys. It's technical, right? So there's still post engagements. We're still here. If you have any questions, I'm putting them on the spot. Okay. And then I'll wrap up. Let's do that. King Oak, please help me with the mic. Start that.
Mine is not find someone who's going to be professional. You also then need another layer of someone who's going to manage your post or your site.
Yes.
So response.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ask you, are you available next week? Out, which has been engaged to assist young people with their social media in and out. I think we'll work with the province and see how we can bring Ditsecho Media on board and do something here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Over there, na?
Thank you.
Ah, Casper.
Dumelang. Lekai. Rete. Le go di buile we gonna start le bona ka hore ba re file selo 65 DJs challenge ya ho etsa event ya ba rekella koloi hore ba fane ka yona to the winner. I'm an event organizer myself. I have tents also and I'm part of some other stuff.
Yes.
2 NYDA. I think NYDA re tlo e touch bikinyana re tlwele because now I'm 35 years, 2 months old now. So it's really youth. I've been running for NYDA for ages. Proposals are on the Department of Sports, I think. Okay. Department of Sports. For now, no. No. Department of Sports, I think, possibly on my side. But I believe as the Batubanali infrastructure, we've got a proposal. I think I'll talk to some of the guys, Bo, Yenapapi, Lugudi, so that Rukopane, Riskara and to A1, because at the end of the day, if I have a 30 by 100 my key, let me just kicking a omungwa soundu, omungai something in Rebono Horena. The municipality will give us opportunity to raise 65 DJs because we have that capacity. There is a guy in Bloemfontein who's doing an event without a national act. He's very good.
And he's getting support from corporate.
Very. That guy who he's extreme. I mean to event organizing, but level and without national acts, with locals.
Thank you.
Again, last thing, movie. Again, the artist, point we need to their business. If we can understand being an artist is a business, then coordinate yourself in a business manner, in a professional manner, then people will take you serious. Thank you.
Okay. Limamets, the business opportunities, ne? There's social media management. We've got photographers. We've got content creators, because some of us, we write captions. That's how I was making COVID, by the way. I was writing captions for some company overseas, and they'll pay me in dollars. Hans leader challenge, nahagili busy, right? There's event infrastructure. That's a gold mine. Limamets. Ish.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, my name is Holo Ramashala. I don't like really saying what I do, but I'm an avid corporate guy, and I think I hold a bit of influence in terms of entertainment. I am a radio presenter on CUTFM, and I always get scared about these kind of platforms because we draw a lot of assumption. A big assumption was made here that when these opportunities are there, we throw it out loosely. But are we really affording people that opportunity? So I also want to make it a statement as a question as well. I come from a space where I played professional rugby, and we fought for opportunity. We didn't get it. These Sia Colises you see today, we had to sacrifice our careers for these guys. And I'm saying we're sitting here as people that are privileged. We're privileged that we've got access to spaces, but the people with the privileges are not really giving a fair chance to the small guy. We're expecting that proposal to sit in front of a corporate, but I don't even know what a proposal looks like. So I'm tasking the people that are in charge here and the people that are doing all these things to say, we need to afford that opportunity to the people. Then we can talk at the top of the table. But the bottom of the table is still fighting over access to the space. We're not giving them that. And that's what we need to change. That's what the department needs to change. NYDA, municipality. People will share a lot of things here, great ideas. We're not going to work on it because we're not giving the people the opportunity to work for that space. So that's my plea, and my question to the people that are in charge is that you talk very high. It's for a separate group of people. It's not for everyone. How do we get everyone into those spaces with the resources that we have? That's the difference.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Spot on. Goes back to Basi's comment that we never used to have these opportunities. We never used to have these dialogue sessions. I'm actually quite impressed at the fact that we're having this thing mokasi. Because in my past experiences, I've moderated most of these, and we go to town, and then we wonder, how is that black child who's trying to get out of their situation going to make it there? Because who's going to give them taxi fare? So the onus is on you. We need to have more engagements. And I feel like we say this every year, though. I don't know. We always say this every year. We need to have more engagements. So this month is Youth Month, right? Department of Sports, Arts and Culture is hosting youth celebration in the Free State. I'm told there's an expo, and I'm hoping in these expos there's workshops, but we don't know about it. Does anyone know about this? And I just found about it now, like, some of my talking points. And I was like, I'm a youth. I work in corporate, but I'm also an entrepreneur, and I didn't know about these opportunities, right? Something is wrong. There's a mislink. Linale social media page, I get it for the department. Let's do the things. Let's do the things. If you want a small company to also manage that for you, you can. Nah? You can. You don't need a big shot from Joburg. I remember, where's Tsepo? Tsepo and I, back in, I need to remember the year, 2013, we were social media managing for Saint Lake. Ne re dira di posts tsa di outage. 2013. So, re batla di workshop. Okay. I'm coming, Jimmy.
Dumela, leina la me ke Kisa, ke Tlhakgatha Bantsho. I'm actually glad that we are here. We have 4 seats in front of us for spaces dedicated around a certain sector in the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. But ke nagana gore I must just a suggestion to the table e ka mo pele gore re kopa seat ya sports. If it means I have to do it, I will do it. I took an initiative because I saw this on social media last night, and I RSVP'd so that I can be here and become a voice of our sports people in the fraternity in the Free State. Ha gona any of our sports people, when I look around, they don't know anything, and they also deserve a seat in front of the panel as well. Kibua yana because what the panel has been saying and has been discussing throughout the discussions, babuile ka something e leng gore e toucha the sports fraternity directly. Mapaseka o buile gore outside the province, ba kry support from their respective Caster Semenya o dula mpolela a re, you know the support that I get from my province, from Limpopo. I tell her every time, they don't even know so many opportunities in sports. Management sponsorships and brand management. Most career entail what? It is exactly what we offer and what we have in the sports fraternity. Because, for example, I'm sitting here, I am having an Athletic South Africa booklet in front of me, a notepad. I cannot be seen, I'm stale. It's within my rights, the brand ambassador. I cannot be seen anything else apart from water, unless I am sponsored by those people. And of course, the lady ubuile alignment is important. Social media yaga, it is everything sports related and education related. Anything that I sponsor, that I'm being sponsored by, I am social media yaga. But a lot of people do not understand for the sports fraternity sports ibereka. For example, rugby, do you know a mascot? You don't even have to be a runner. You don't have to be a rugby player. You don't have to be physically there or maybe in the field of play to become a sports person. A mascot is someone what is in your industry. That person is a dancer. We take that person and give them opportunities in our own fraternity. But what I've noticed, ke gore rona, we do not get like the same love is not reciprocated from from industry, entertainment. First of all, there's a festival in Tabanchu. We all know it. Homecoming on the 26th of December. Do you guys know, Hore, in that space from October until May, it's peak time for athletics. I cannot go and train in that stadium because honali a festival. But I sacrifice my talent and my peak time so that I can accommodate and support you guys. But we do not even get the support from you guys. I'm saying you guys because Lilonali form a part of the entertainment industry. Instead, what I would love to see in the future, I'm not saying sports people, no. Osmapa sekonta bua or hanali maybe whose space is that? It's my space. Because then now I allow you guys to use my space, maybe little ko di racing tsa gona, di fun run tse bentse little le di chomi, but Luna, you're not supporting my craft. What so kya kopa lena in the future at least if ile gore ke fa le gudi chance gore lena atlo showcase a talent ya gage a ke re na buy a ticket ka 200 ke ya go seen on TV ali one. I am actually an ambassador ya SPA, the fundraise ya women. Mapaseka, I want you to be a part of that because I called Ostumi one day, Utumi Morake. Kare, please, so that I mustn't be the only one from the Free State. She was once a part of that. But no problem I pioneer something it's not even offered in Bloemfontein. Because Barry, we do not have supporters in Bloemfontein. How? Every Friday la Cubana lilo supportable goodie, and then Saturday you have whatever. At least just dedicate one Saturday in a year to come and support me. Banaba Free State ba involved in sports. Our celebrities are also in support of their talent so that they can take it further and succeed in life.
Beautiful. And sports development, it's also another area that keeps our kids off the street. As much as we've got our arts and crafts that keep our kids using their creative juices positively, sports is another forgotten one. Fortunately for your industry, corporates love your industry. So at least, but I love the fact that you just highlight that cross-pollination between creative arts and sports, but we fall under the same umbrella, Department Sports, Arts and Culture. Love it, thank you. All right, second last question, then Jimmy's the last one, no?
Dumelang bana beso, ke Tumi Modibedi. From I used to stutter. I'm a stutterer, my love. I still stutter. Thank you. Guys, bana beso, I truly wish reka qala re thusa bana ba rona ba tlang in the entertainment space. Banahana hore ho monate entertainment spacing. They forget there's a thin line between fame le fortune. Bana beso ba thabela ho tsibua, ba thabela ho ba famous. If o le motho wa ntate o thabela ho ba famous fela, o ipha pressure ngata because ba ausi ba tlo wa tumela ba le bangata thinking hore you are living the life. Only o tlo khona ho ba etsa hantle ka di rider. Let's be careful, guys. Another thing, our province, Free State, it's said, I'm a soul and R&B DJ. I've been in the space, soul and R&B space for 8 years now. 2 months ago, I decided to relocate. I'm now staying in Joburg. Simply because you can only be a national DJ Haudula Gauteng. You can only be a national somebody Haudula Gauteng in South Africa.
In the Free State, re tlo dula re le di local DJs. You know, my boy, you know, it's sad. It's sad. The soul and R&B DJs, better ba countang, with all due respect, Renana, they are nationals by 11. That's why Motolana Hana, you know what, let me try and be in Gauteng so that maybe Nkaba about 12. It's good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Happy Hakailan to Fela Gauteng. My foundation, guys, the stuttering thing. Last year, I was a Free State ambassador ya Bawan chocolate for the Mzansi Kaofela Free State Unokhetwena. What they did, Lebatu Babo Gauteng, is not what they did Lekanna. Because of the works they're doing, stuttering awareness. Bagatoti social media. You guys are absolutely right, Hore. Power ya social media, lintoto di buang, lintoto ba di chekang. I was hoping this year, but every time I give a sendela something, or let's do something, we're having a walk, please send Bawan for Batu. That's when I decided, we are having a brand. I start tailoring, it's now everywhere. Pasi, I have your number, you are my sister. In 2020, lockdown about the video the I was like, you know what? I have a brand, and then the kids are my own talk show. I interviewed Bopas. I DM them, all of them. Everyone interview a space in say DM, and respectfully so. Not Hotlore Pasi, I love you. You are beautiful. You don't do that, you know. We are vision how people ba hloka ho thuswa le ka hlompho le ho ngolla batho on social media. You know, re tlameha ho thusana le ka ntho hore o hlompha motho jwang social media. Ba thola di DM tse ngata batho bana. Ha o so qala hore hi babe, ha sa e bala ho ya pele. But ha o qala ho dumela ngwaneso kapa dumela mme, ba khona ho enka pele. Ntho ya ho thusana bana beso re le batho ba Free State. Mme I shall apologize. I got to Bloom yesterday. I did not go hoteling with the difference 150. I feel bad. I feel bad because I do not think but here we are today. You are talking about future plans in the industry. Next time I'm around, definitely Ligudi. You have a beautiful heart. Guys, Kronstadt, even though I was based here. Heso Kronstadta, Kinkile upon myself, who to Saba to Kronstadta, and make people aware hore. The opportunity that Demodimu are feeling yona ya Hotsebahala di Casarona. Scatlo Kumela Banabang, Ofito Orekile Hennessy, hore, Babone Oli cool. I always do some things, especially charity through my foundation. Lugudi December neke collector dia about Christmas folication in La Hale Kronstadt. Lugudi Osha Tenezen. Lugudi saw it on social media and Romella Chelet. And Bekisha Losa, guys, you know, it's just another thing to rehopotane hori. How Tibahala, you can use what you are or motomong habe bete rebopilo. Free State, we have an opportunity. I wished into such an idea. NYDA, so that the industry in the Free State is whole.
Amandla, Soweto. Okay, last one. Jimmy praat baie, maar jy moet 'n bietjie brief maak asseblief, die mense is honger. Nee. Yes, I'm bilingual. I can switch my tongue.
Dumela. Lebitso la ka ke Jimmy Mapohoshe. Lebitso la ka ke Jimmy Mapohoshe.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yes. Is that same name elong ha e tsebahale ne? Mara. O tlo itseba. Wa bona? Ha iso ke Heilbron. And ke motho ke tseba fela di camera ona ne ntho ke tseba. I believe or no. How come pona ke se ke tsa tsela? O tseba gore no hlaka ya tshisa jwale. So what I'm trying to say is I want to thank everybody who has
came up with this concept. And Kedumedi say, my panel over there, my panelist, Osmo Pasek, we are very much proud of every time I go born, especially I go for state. And good people, I want to tell you something or no. Young people don't run out of ideas, but they just run out of inspiration. So it is our task. I'm no longer a youth. I'm 42 years of age. This is how 42 looks today. So my point is, kenale problem e kholo haholo ka NYDA. Kenale problem e kholo ka Department of Sports, Art, Culture and Recreation. That would have 16th of June. Ele a youth day. Ele a national event. E betla ka hara Bloemfontein. Ha e qetile, ho bosna procurement e ba leng prepared to sit down and say, ke bo mang ba etsang eng, ke bo mang ba etsang eng, and so forth. Re fitla monana, last week I had to drive from Kronstadt because next week Kronstadt. Ke attendile this briefing. Ha ke fitla mo, this guy, Madi Major, because now I call people by their names, by the way. It's not like Rona we were told what to do. But why NYDA, as a National Youth Development Agency, I trust that this is a space where you need to sit and say, how project Ekana, Etakara Free State, 70% of the project must be for young people on that area, on that space. That's the first point. And therefore, Rona Haretluaria on another provinces. Harikonu procure. Because Batuamo by poor. So Rona Hautlua mo. Let them on a lady gatekeepers. How again? And I call them the celebrity lately. Banaba government. Because now, and then yet you are talking about a development. Meaning when you start talking about a development, you're talking about something that has potential to develop. And then you are being like an opportunity to develop this person. So that 5 years, 10 years down the line, I played a part in that person's life. I mean, I am so good. Our province is not giving you the honor and the respect that you deserve. People think TV is a walk in the park. People don't know you go through thick scripts for you and become the best on that. So, good people, we are here at TV. I run a company called Central TV. It's a very small company. We're working hand in hand with FS Online and with the media industry. Because Mosabet's work is to make sure all people, by the events, but the musicians and everybody, we become one thing. Who ring? How you are by quiet? How inside the camera fella no shoot about tomorrow? Osna take. They come and take it. That camera. Jalo onamo. Omo mong agatan fella fitlang. Hakits ka bana like. Ela bana li camera le tsenyenyane. Haba fitla ba bua siZulu. Hakits ka pa ke siZulu se ba tholla mosebetsi. Mara haba fitla mono. Hey, he just sebenza yo lan. And you're like, Mara, what's happening with this attitude? This national event, we are not trusted. Someone check a quality of judge because of what you know. We are a small company. No. So good people, NYDA, Department of Sport, Art, Culture and Recreation. And I said to the acting premier, Kariki event out there. Lately, Sakara, it's a national event. How can you prioritize the Free State? Like, good people, so all I'm saying is, if Rona is attending to the Free State as they are, no one is going to do that, unfortunately. So, and also ever no. This coming Saturday, Mara ki se ke buile hemme hona tsena hona le tlhotse sentse di kopano tsena gore ba re fa support kae mo And ke kopa re patale di DJ tsa rona hantle hle bathong. Ke kopa ha re bitsa le goodie, re le goodie tloho. Ha se ke ra bitsa le goodie be re mo patala tšhelete nyana re ha re matla for event a ba re o na le budget e kae sentse ke qala ka ga ke na budget mara ke a mo batla la bona ntho ha o bitsa di camera o go batla re tlo o shootela motho mongwe a ba o jwetsa gore ke kopa o tla le drone ha o mo charge a ba re yo and people think gore camera tse ke mo 20 rand 14 rand good people we are not ha re tsamaya ka di camera fela re tswa sekolong re entse content tsa mannete re tshepang re pataleng hantle re batlo lo etsa tšhelete kwa tšhelete e teng ka ga province enana and the department of sports ne kopa ke lenke media serious ha re di cameraman hle we are visual artists ke ba ke tla tswa ke tshwara ke moya
So those that know me on radio days, I used to do spiritual radio by the day, and after the pastor, and it was our thing, and no one understood. It's like Murutu fetsa rapela moiko naka po. But I mean that deserves Dipalaza, Tibo Touch. I mean, like I said, there's an expo happening. Kiwa Monday exhibit. Oh, all right. Kima building and structure so. Kima hirisiteng, flooring, lighting, speakers. Kima MC because na hakabukiwa. Hebatung. Kantu hetsalang. We can't stand by, ne? We thank you very much for today. And we're not going to have sunshine and roses conversation. We're going to go for them. Even if this means they'll never book me again, but at the end of the day, it's conversations that we must have. So I'm closing this dialogue right now. The only thing I want to say to you as youth, and I'm going to ask it again because I said in the beginning, we are trendsetters, we are influencers. What are you influencing? Who are you influencing? And if you want more content, please visit my YouTube channel. I teach that thing, separating the brand. Okay, it's fine. I'm nice. Kintatema.
Ke a leboha nna le bitso la ka ke Papa Princess ke Malala Shopping ke kopa ho botsa fela hore okay ke a dumedisa hle bana beso ke kopa ho botsa fela hore as much as bosi ba ka ba batle mona le abuti wa rona social media e ba buletse di opportunities le ha holo jalo what are the challenges tse le kopanang le tsona because ra tseba hore your Twitter your Facebook nene la rwakuwa mono hona le the bullying how do you deal with those challenges? My second question will be if lockdown e ka tla hape 2020 COVID-19 waka to tomorrow shut down, what is it that you can do differently this time around? Resa depende o government to give us the grant. Wa tseba ne le kwetsi di hotel, wa tseba le le sa kgone ho bapala, you know ne le sa acte. So ke eng ele nana hore this time around re ka etsa hape. So that will be my two questions. Ke a leboha.
I'll answer this one. Yeah, lockdown if it was to happen again. Most of us rebile na ko ngata matsong a rona during lockdown, and I believe nako khonang ho ba more creative and innovative is how liwane in your own thoughts. Like Mo Anabua, she made money from companies tsa urkant. Rona boholo ba rona as DJs, I remember nerea ka garageng ya Pablo haholo. We would group ourselves without equipment. Re ne re a live ka di phone tsa rona, and then we play. And you'd find companies like MTN asking re tla le supply ka data. You guys should just put on our logo when you play. And that's when it came about re fuwa proper equipment. E re zamileng, re lwanetse le rona, you know. I believe, I would say hore nka etsa this if lockdown was to come, but it's up to you as an individual that when o tlo ipolela ka hore ke eng e nka e etsang differently, you know. Ideas tsa ka di ka se tshwane le tsa hao, and I'm very certain hore o implementa di ideas tsa hao best ha ile wena o di etsang than ha ile nna. O ka mpha idea, but if ke e etsa nka se etse the way wena motho a tlileng ka yona o no tlo e etsa. I understand that, my brother. So think of innovative ways to generate income. It's not only through social media you can generate income. There were people ba registerileng di company at that time, ba fuwa di permit tsa hore ba deliverele batho di groceries, because grocery stores didn't allow just about anyone to come ba tlo rekisa, you know. There are people that came up with apps tsa hore if you come close to someone that has COVID, that app will notify you, because motona checka in on the app, you understand. So think of innovative ways to improve your life. And yeah, my brother, I feel bolo batho ba utlwileng pain ya COVID were people from small towns. Ha re bulela modimo nnete, people from small towns suffered the most, especially hodimo ntso na le bo di high unemployment rates, you know. That it crippled. Ke bua so because ke bona ka Tinizen, it crippled it a lot, and it's towns that batho ba fetang ho tsona ba ya bo Gauteng. Like my brother said, he moved to Jozi. Then I'm frequent in Jozi. I'll be permanent there soon, because I live Free State. Most of us have lost hope. You know, you try, fight, and change things, but they don't, in all honesty. So that's me being innovative. Move to a different city. I'm being innovative, I get as well. Because we tried, my brother, we tried. Let's just hope things, otlatla modimo, atlo ichinchela batho ka bo yena, because otata no, se fapana. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I actually feel I need to just remind everybody who I am. I'm the only one who's not famous here, but my work is, my name is Asavela. In short, I'm ASA. ASA, Athletics South Africa. No, the thing is, when I started in corporate, the white people I dealt with couldn't say my full name, and I refused to say the other one. So they'll just call me Athletics South Africa. So, sure, you know what? Like I said again, this is my third youth dialogue. And I always say that we've had more than enough conversations to say that this is what needs to be done. We've established the gaps, we've identified the challenges, and even came up with solutions, what needs to be done. And then, counter to that would be that, hauna chelete. What I always come back to say is that the only time we realize how much the province has is when, post a fiscal year, it is reported on how much the wasteful expenditure grew from the prior year. Where's the sense in that? I'm gonna say that again. Inobanentivanga. I always realize how much the province has money post a fiscal year when the wasteful expenditure is reported to be more from the prior year. So wasteful expenditure year this year, if it year 2021, 2022, where is the sense in that? And then how share by the department in because most of these engagements that I go to are for the creative sector and the hospitality, because I am very much active in the hospitality. I did say I pay tax due to my hotel work. So there isn't any smartness in that. And now how we involve the youth in terms of saying now, why is this happening? Because the youth is sitting on all these solutions that can enhance us economically. The youth is sitting on those ideas that can actually advance us to give us our economic emancipation that the MMC spoke about. But then again, where is the youth in terms of spearheading those projects? They're nowhere near the LOC committees or the local organizing committees, so to speak. Kholo mentioned something very important, that the loss becomes in the translation. The language used does not relate to the person in need, because the person in need something, I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use the NYDA to say that, but how to a proposal, honali office money, because honali motho business administration and what you might not, that knows how to curate those things. How do we now fill those gaps? So the talking really needs to end. This must be the last youth dialogue where we come and sit to say, "Nibona njani into ethile?" Next year, we need to come and sit and have people who sat here and say that I attended a youth dialogue in 2023. This was discussed. I went and knocked on a certain door, and this is what I came out with. Please, something tangible. I'm not lambasting government in the same breath with a very big but. Government now is sukum. Government is not a very far-fetched phenomenon. It's individuals that we sit with, basi swenkeling word that we don't understand. I mean, that we don't afford, because they're sitting with our loaf of bread that we need, and we're just here sitting with the skill that we're not monetizing. I just needed to take that out of my chest. Lockdown, should anything similar come back? How we coped. I was about to sign my permanent contract when we were told that we're closing all doors. So you can imagine, last in, first out. So when we went to submit everything, I went to my boss to give him the car keys of the car that I drive. I said, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, we're not gonna be working." He said, "I'm gonna need you." Because from the 20th of Jan 2020, when I walked in, up until the 26th of March, I wasn't said probationing. I got there and I worked my butt off. I proved that the skills that I've been acquiring in Joburg, in corporate, how do I plow it back here, back home, in an industry that I'm in? And what I came as an individual skill that was now set in that hotel space was to say that, okay, I'm not able to function, so what do I do? So you keep in touch with your market, number one, especially if you are a function that deals with people, especially if you are a function that deals, whom your revenue is dependent on feet walking in. If you are an artist, you're gonna ask me, so how do I do this? Relationship maintenance. Because there are very different structures in marketing and sales, which I'm not gonna waste time with because nako ifedile. If anything happens, if you can't find engine into making sure that your sales or product vehicle moves, and in terms of now establishing what else can you do? There are many opportunities that COVID, the hard lockdown especially, came out with in terms of people that acquired skills in the legal fraternity, accountancy, because the quiet period is enough to give people time to clean their house and see exactly how do they realign. So for me, it was a time for realignment, a time for understanding policy structure and procedures and operating parameters in a new industry I was in. So it helped in that regard to say that, okay, now I'm here, how do I make sure that the moment Hotwe Wabula on day 22, who have our stakeholders, whoever is gonna make whatever it is you have to offer functional. Do not sit and engage in challenges that are not going to do anything for you. If it doesn't feed you, do not entertain it. We've got kids, we are parents, most of us here, so we need to make sure that whatever time we spend whatever things we spend time on, I meant to say. Uxolweni guys, I'm translating isiXhosa to isilungu, so it's a long process. Whatever it is that you spend time on, you are investing. Look at it as an investment. And if you are not able to measure the return, you've wasted your time. ROI, I've worked a lot in corporate to know that the moment there is no ROI, return on investment, I come to Zugmamel. So as a DJ, as a drone controller, camera operator, as a visual artist. Do not mince your words when it comes to making those aware of your, buying into your services, to say that, listen, what's in it for me? What am I gonna get out of it? Because you're going to reach your objectives. How do I reach mine? So that is my parting words. Thank you.
About lockdown, I won't lie. For me, lockdown didn't really hit me, and I'll explain why. So when you're on a soapy we shoot 3-4 months ahead. Luckily, Scandal is an old oil machine where we're always ahead. So we had lots of episodes that can be shown on TV, and depending on the contract that you are on, you do get paid whether you are at work or not. But it also made me realize that it's good to learn a new skill, like you said, when you have time. So I checked, okay, what can, especially on social media, toilet paper. Lockdown of lockdown, toilet. If it means that I must stand more toilet paper, so I think the most important thing is learning a new skill is important. What can happen currently? And then about social media bullying, I think for me, how I handle it, it depends on how I feel. There are days where I feel like ignore. We have managers who will advise us, if they write something bad about you, ignore. But I'm human, and I'm not usually bullied, but there are days where I was so obsessed with, oh shit, like I hope this thing, once matata how akaqala abewa pepeneneng. Other people le bona ke ba etsa dibi. Once mathata a celebrity a ka beiwa pepeneneng, batho ba iseng di celebrity ba lebala hore le bona ke batho, they go through the same. You know what I mean? So then I realized, I'm not the first one to go through a divorce, so what? You can write whatever you want to write about me, okusalayo. Nothing will change. So sometimes I ignore, and some days, sorry to say this, because I'm human. If you're going to tell me that, by the way, this and that day, Lina, something to say, because I'm human. So now how I survive, ignore, and then other days, I get into pendule. Let's roll lights.
I love it. Okay, now I'm officially closing the program. Okay, but I love that. But the most important thing to take from today is we need each other. We need to collaborate. We need to be in spaces like this. We need to even create spaces like this. Because sometimes so most of us know people that have venues. Most of us have friends, audio, visual, and you don't need much. You just need a space where we come together, we share, we collaborate, we build, we move. So COVID did that. It forced everyone to stop and think about all the things that we were doing. Now COVID was very fun for me. A lot of things opened during COVID. I started an online show, I started radio, I started YouTubing, and I was making money. But bali busy ba dancer, and I was even doing videos on YouTube, like, guys, did you see there's an industry? Guys, did you see, Kali dancer, listen tina. But anyway, you guys created entertainment for us, it's fine. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for still staying and still being here. I think that's the most valuable. I think for us as a panel, it means that our job is done. We've engaged on things that you wanted to hear. And please feel free to speak to us after this. And then the final announcement is that lunch will be served. Please do not leave. Do not even stand up. I think they're going to bring the food to... Hey? Yes. And of course, there will be a performance, entertainment, because, it's creative arts. Maybe
Hakiti. To merge the sectors. But from the bottom of our hearts, from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, the NYDA, Free State Online Channel, Team Dynamics, to the panel, thank you so much for the opportunity. And then to you guys that registered to be here. And if you haven't registered, please do. There's a registration form outside. It's so that when we have these again, we invite you. Kore o tlo na VIP. Wa bona? Re tlo fonela wena pele re re hey mamang. Ono lo ko kae kae tlo. Wa bona? So we need this information. So please make sure that you fill in the registration form. And then network. I said these gaps are right in front of us. Right now we are sleeping because there's something that we're aiming for. But thank you very much.
Dumelang. Le sharp. Okay, lina laga kitsia mone. Mare ba ba intsi ba nkitsi ka Black Zico. Ki itlhagala mo Bloma bo. Ki dira music, that's what I do. And kore kwatla lo ruta pina nyane iwane eleng foreng it will entertain you guys. So sing with me, kere ri itlhagela Blomo, kere ri itlhagela Blomo. Oh yeah, bona banchebile, kibale banchebile. Akere man sing, ri itlhagela Blomo, ri itlhagela Blomo.
Abapokotel, tincha tsa magata da itseng ka difofonel. Ha di nka tumela tsoko bone ha di tutumel. You can't teach a no dog, no tricks, but I can turn a song from 06. Hip-hop song so focused. Take the real bread and toast it and spit the whole game like Moses. My flow is deeper than ocean did. I use the holy book to know. Yeah, bona banchebi. Ibali banchebi. Heri kagela ko Blomo, heri kagela Blomo. Yeah. Are why kere kaga ko Blomo? So no I cannot knock on what go. Get shebile one knock a drop topper. I wanna def the weave like drop topper and give her a little breather. I'm always chasing my diva. I'm sick, call it a fever. I'm serving you like a dealer, protected like a diva. I'm always been an achiever from deeper diva. Like a runya, yeah, la bateva. To think about it, I might marry your diva. Never trusted niggas, I turned into a believer. Zico, why you mad? My nigga is just a teaser. I had to touch base, my nigga, and Rabanyesa ball. Kiri kagela Blomo, kiri kagela Blomo. Yeah. Bona banchebi, kibali banchebi. Akirema, kiri kagela Blomo, kiri kagela Blomo. Yeah. Bona banchebi, kibali banchebi. Akirema. Go. Yeah. Go. Another one from the boy, another one from the boys. Go. Oh yeah. Zico le mnyama uzo twalaka. Go. Oh yeah. I sit down when I calculating my money. Yeah. Go. I say I want Versace, I want the Gucci. Oh yeah. I never used to fuck with a bestie. Oh yeah. No soap or some pataga. All she wanna do is make me happy. Oh yeah. It said I won't lie. She hated when I said so. Baby, and again I go man. I'm too busy, you wasting time. Not my time.